Hi friends, today we have Abdul Rahman, who is one of our Applied AI course students. Thank you, Abdul, for taking the time to share your learning experiences and your whole journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's
So,
a pleasure speaking to you, sir.
hey,
It was a
the pleasure
great
is also
course
mine.
and a great instructor you are. So it was a great journey all over.
Cool. So you have a very interesting background. So I'll give a brief introduction to that, and then we'll go into the interview experiences and learning experiences.
Sure.
So Abdul graduated in 2018 with a bachelor's degree, with a BTech in mechanical engineering. He worked for about 6 months as an associate consultant, and then he took a gap from his technical career due to COVID. And then he worked as a badminton trainer, a professional badminton trainer in Chennai for the last 2.5 years. While he was doing that, he also wanted to get back to careers. And then he joined AppliedAICourse in the September of last year. And again, most importantly, he successfully cracked 4 data science roles. Let me list those. So the senior analyst at Kantar Media. For those of you who don't know, Kantar is one of the world's largest market research companies, doing phenomenal work. And I think I was just talking to Abdul a while ago, and he said he's working on machine learning and deep learning based attribution models, which is one of the most challenging problems in market research. So he ended up joining Kantar Media as a senior analyst. He also had other offers, like he had an offer from ARAMEX, which is one of the largest supply chain and logistics companies in Middle East, as a data science intern. He also had a role as a business analyst at EXL, which is a $1 billion revenue publicly traded company. And he also had a role as a data analyst through a consultancy company to work for FLIPKART. So he had 4 options. And in our discussions, he felt that the senior analyst role, because the problem is very challenging, very mathematically heavy, and also very interesting problem in general. So he ended up joining at Kantar as a senior analyst. So congrats, Abdul, and thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
So first and foremost, I'll get into the crux that all students want to know about. Can you elaborate each of these interview experiences? So let's start with Kantar, right? Because that's what you ended up choosing. Yes. So let's go to Kantar. For each of these companies and interviews that you successfully cracked, can you walk us through each interview? What were they trying to focus on? And how did you perform in these interviews? Some examples would surely help.
Yes, sir. Like for the Kantar, first I had aptitude round actually. Like I should crack the aptitude round and then get into some couple of technical rounds with the project managers like that. And I also had Python round, like full-fledged. Like I had given a file and I have a few questions as a side by I had a questions and I have to perform accordingly.
So this was a take-home assignment, or was this an examination in Python?
It was online, and I had the instructor on to my face, and I had to work directly with them.
Oh, so it's an interviewer. It's a proctored type of coding round.
Yes, okay, yeah, it was like that, and few more project managers round in where I asked about the case studies which I have done, because that was in my profile. Yes. So I actually had done the machine learning and deep learning. So they asked what is it about and what you did that, and why not this, why not that, like that. And also they give some scenario based questions they were asked. Then naturally I had the HR round. This was a thing about the Kantar.
So I have a few more questions. Let's go a little deeper into the Kantar interview, because you said they had a simple aptitude round. They had Python programming, right? How hard were these Python programming questions as compared to some of the assignments that you've done in the course?
Python was exactly like my assignments. So it was very easy for me to do Python, because we keep on doing 30 assignments. It was naturally to remember all the things, what we do next, what to do next. It was like they gave the data set and they asked me to perform this, that. So it was which we'll be doing in the assignments.
On the actual job. Right.
That was we were
anyway we do in the assignments also.
Yeah. So that was, so it was so easy for me. Like they were open to me to have Google and find all that, but I never found it like so difficult because of the assignments.
Very good.
That's why
I'm happy they helped you in the actual interview. Also, I'm sure they'll help you in the actual job also. But I had one question about the core technical rounds that you mentioned. How deep were the questions? How technically involved were the questions? What were they trying to look for in a senior analyst role?
But for that interview, it was not so deep. they were pulling the loops only from the case studies, and they're giving scenarios. So what will you do in this case, and why did you choose this type of problems like that only? It was not so deep.
Mostly around your two case studies, the machine learning and the deep learning case studies.
Yeah, yes, like that. And it was not so deep. So I think that cracking the interviews are not so hard when compared to the course which we had. So it was not so hard at all for me. Good. Coming to other interviews which I had, I found RAMEX was a little tough compared to other, because RAMEX.
No, ARAMEX, because we work very closely with ARAMEX for their recruiting needs in machine learning. Their technical team is very strong. They typically hire people through internships, and then they convert them to full-time. And their full-time compensations are typically comparable to the top FANG-like companies in India.
Yes.
So they're very good. Their technical team is very strong, and hence their interviews are also tend to be a little on the harder side. But yes, please elaborate. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, they had some the first round was about machine learning, deep learning, statistics, max, everything online. It was like a timer kind of a round.
Was it a coding related thing, or was it more like a multiple choice question?
Multiple choice questions I had. Also a few coding, that also was like a multiple choice question. You should be very sure of what it will come in a Python programming kind of syntax statements, all
Got it.
Kind. After that, we had a take-home assignment kind of a thing. They will give a data set and try to work on. They will give the questionnaire also what to do and what they require, similar to the assignment setup. Like, so they gave a time within which I have to submit that. And after that, I got a round with the interviewer asking why you did that in that assignment and what you should do, and do you think is it better to approach this kind of thing? What better ideas do you have? Like, all this were it was superb experience.
No, that's a very nice type of interviewing, because that's what you would do on the job also, right?
Yeah, correct.
You have a data set, you do some analysis, you build some models, you have to justify your models to your peers and colleagues.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And they're trying to simulate that. Those are very interesting rounds.
Yeah, it was like it was moreover like a discussion than interview. So I found it very good feeling for me. Like they were pulling out from my tongue itself the better ideas. The question was shoot up like such a way that I myself was thinking in the interview. I didn't feel like an interview at all. And
very nice. I really love those interviewers actually.
Yeah, correct. And rest of the like EXL and the consultancy.
Sorry, let's come back to ARAMEX once again. Sorry to cut you there. Sure. So apart from these discussion about the take-home assignment, were there any other technical rounds apart from that?
No, I didn't have any other technical rounds. So only this. And if I'm telling about why did you choose this kind of an approach about if NLP kind of a thing, if I say a word about some algorithm, then they will ask, what do you know about that algorithm? And what is the best part you like about the algorithm? Like that small question, like 1 or 2 questions about that. And
nothing very hard.
Not very hard. Not very hard.
Very good. Very good. So let's go to EXL and the FLIPKART consulting.
Yeah, that was a bit easy, I guess. Like I had an SQL and Python rounds initially, not an aptitude kind of thing. That was the first rounds in both of that. Then the technical round comes and they'll ask about some machine learning concepts or linear regression, kind of a small questions like about the algorithms. So that was a bit easy. Then only I had 2 rounds, then the HR round kind of a thing. So it was a little easy for me. And the first round, in all the interviews, the first round is very important. Like the next rounds are a bit easy for you.
I think it's a nice trend because a lot of companies are having this first round, which is programming or some data analysis based, so that they can filter good candidates so that the next interview loops become easier for their team also.
Yeah, it was like that because as you said, the first round, which I went in a couple of interviews, the first one was very hard. The next round was not so hard compared to the first round because, as you said, they would like to because they will have not only 2 roles, so while the apply candidates maybe 20, 30, 40 like that. So they want to take only few. So maximum of the candidates are pushed out in the first round itself. So
true. So you felt EXL to be on the easier side. What about this consulting company that was hiring you to work as a data analyst at FLIPKART?
That was a bit easy, like but I had good SQL kind of role, because that was a data analyst role. So SQL was a bit harder than the Python thing. It is easy when you do that SQL assignment. We have only one assignment, but it is not to be said just one. It is covering everything maximum. Like if you practice in that one assignment, we can practice the rest of the thing in W3 schools or something like that. I was doing, because I didn't have much practice in SQL compared to Python in our assignments. So
yeah,
I
we
need
wanted to have
practice.
one assignment in SQL, and you don't use it as much because you might just pull the data using pandas and then write some simple pandas commands. Yes, there is that possibility. But when you said the SQL was a little harder, was it because there were a lot of nested queries that they were focusing on?
Yeah, there were nested queries, like multiple joins and all that I had, but I didn't feel that it was too hard because of the assignment we had.
Very good.
And I was aware that they will ask in the first round about SQL. So what I did was, I just first went to the assignments back. I just reviewed the assignment, whether I made sure whether I'm okay with the assignment first, not with the other practice or W3. I didn't mind that first at all. So first of all, I wanted to make sure that 10 questions what I had in the assignments, whether I will be able to solve this kind of problem first. Then to my satisfaction, I went to W3 schools and all
very good.
that.
More practice is never bad. If you
Yeah.
think you're not confident in a topic, more practice is always helpful.
Yeah.
So what are the technical rounds you had after Python programming and a little harder SQL round?
I didn't first I had SQL and Python, I said, and then I was asked about the machine learning concepts. They were not about concerned about deep learning, all that. So had machine learning concepts a little bit. They were asking about the small algorithms and how they work and what they are. That's all. I didn't have a great deal.
Okay, cool. So ARAMEX was one of your most challenging ones. You also enjoyed the Kantar interview.
Yeah.
So very good. So again, let's focus now on your learning strategy. I think you joined in September of last year. You completed most of the assignments.
Yeah.
You interviewed with a bunch of companies. So I want to understand, as somebody who's coming from a mechanical engineering background, not too much coding experience, what was your learning journey over the last 10, 12 months?
Yeah, as you said, I'm zero in coding when I'm starting. Like I didn't know much about coding, and I wanted to know whether I will be suitable for this. That was the first question I had with myself.
That's a very good question.
Whether I'll be suitable to code, whether I wanted to know whether only CS or 90% will be able to code, and many questions, many answers came to me like. Better to take something related to mechanical, like that kind of stuff, but and some courses which were available also, preferably CS and IT students, like that. So I was so feeling bad that is it hard. So but I just went through Applied AI. I somehow got to know about it, and first thing I did was I went through the free videos. I just wanted to know whether I will be able to learn or not.
Whether this course is right for you or not.
That's the only question for me. First decision was made there. I was very clear we can learn it because of the way of teaching it was. And I was like, what is this? Anyone can learn that way. It was the teaching was in that way. So it was like crisp and clear it was. So I would say, and very from the scratch, I would say, like very deep. And the only thing is you need patience to learn. That's the only thing.
You need to put in time and patience and energy.
I don't think it is hard. The hard part is patience in this journey.
No, that's very true. I would rephrase it and say the hard part is being disciplined.
Yeah.
Which you put it as patience. I would call it discipline. If you're consistently putting that effort, you can crack it.
Yeah.
One other question I had was, did you face roadblocks? Because in any learning journey, there'll be ups and downs. So did you face any roadblocks in your journey? Did you need specific mentor guidance anywhere in the whole program?
Okay, I wanted to share with you, like what I did was I got a mindset that the courses, first of all, I went through the course. First, I explored what it is. I decided and I came to know the course is big. I know the course is big, the content is big, but if you put in time, you can do. So what I did was, I don't think that you should put 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. I didn't go in that manner. My methodology was like every day, whatever it may be, whether festival, holiday, but every day. Each day should be ahead of the previous day, at least one step. That was my strategy to learn all this. Like whether today was better than yesterday, like this kept me moving. Like I will not sleep the day if
Till
I'm
you
not better
complete
than yesterday.
make some progress.
Some progress, one step progress. That one step made me like come along the course and complete
Very
everything.
nice.
And
Very nice.
I put in effort for the Python, first of all, so much effort for the Python alone. And then when I was strong with that, I was like going little faster. The half of the assignments completed, and
Yeah. So
I was
typically for
going.
non-CS people, the first assignments are the harder ones because they
Yeah.
struggle with programming. Then things again slow down, things become easier later.
Yes, the concepts and mathematical and all that algorithms was not so bad for me. I think you should watch the videos without skipping. That's the first thing. And the concept was not so hard, to be honest. But like from a non-CS background, the Python, you should be strong. Once you are strong, you can join this and that, and then you can keep going.
Very nice. Very nice. So any suggestions that you would give specifically in terms of your learning journey or career transitions to people who come from similar backgrounds as yours, mechanical engineering, maybe some non-mechanical career in the recent past? So what suggestions would you give to people very similar to you to transition into careers in data science?
I would say about the course, first of all, if you're taking this kind of a course, you need not jump this, that. First of all, if you're choosing this, it's my suggestion. After I chose this course, I didn't go again to any other YouTube watching the videos. It will just take your time, because we will not get satisfied with what we are learning. The question we have in ourselves is whether we are okay for the industry. That's what we always think, whether we'll crack the interview, whether whatever we learned is okay for us, whether it is enough for us to crack the interview. Are we ready? This is the question
Yes,
we'll
it's a big
always have.
question.
Always will have. I would suggest that what I did was, when I started learning, I started taking notes. And I personally had that I just watched the entire video only once. I'll not repeat at all. When I have doubt, I will only look at my notes. I prepared the notes in such a way that I have the entire course in my notes. So
Very good, very good.
whenever I have doubt, I will go to my notes. I will not go to the video. Even then, if I have doubt only, I'll go. So this part is pushed away from my side. So I don't want to look at the videos. I'm strong in the concepts first.
Very good, very good.
So coming to the this was the thing in the learning part. And as I said, daily I will do that. Daily I will watch videos. Daily I'll take notes. And this is when coming to the assignments. And I think the assignments in the first few assignments, my strategy was not to have a group study. So I shouldn't have any group study, because I'm new to everything, whatever we are doing. Anyone who is doing, we are going to be new. And if I have group, I think contributing will get into split into parts. So I just wanted my 100%. Whether if I don't know, I just Google and find whether I wanted to make sure whether I will be able to solve solely to complete the assignments, first few assignments, at least till the machine learning assignments, till the mock interview. I wanted to make sure whether I can complete this
on your own with minimal discussion from other.
I didn't have any discussion. I didn't enter Slack even before completing a mock interview. I just wanted to make sure whether till this point, whether I'm eligible for this. This
and
was
I think that helped you enormously in your actual interviews, because in an interview, you don't get a group thinking, right? You have to sit on your own and solve these interview questions.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to make sure with for that question, whether you are okay, whether you will be able to do this. This strategy might work for some. Like I thought myself to complete everything on my own, so that this can answer the question whether I am eligible or not to crack anything. So please do this kind of stuff, anyone who is preparing, so it will be very helpful.
So try to struggle with the assignments, solve
First
it on
of
your
all,
own, at least the initial ones,
initial
so that you
ones.
gain the confidence that yes, I can solve this eventually.
Yeah, till mock interview, this was the strategy. Deep learning, somewhere or the other, we'll be struggling with small syntax error, something like that. That only that I had a few discussion, not even a lot of discussion, because I got used to that I'm doing on my own. So what I did was, I didn't get into the groups. I don't even listen to you. That was the main thing. I don't listen to anyone. I just wanted to complete, and I shouldn't rush for the course. You shouldn't rush at all. If you're not understanding, and if you skip that part, that confidence level will break. Whether that concept you're sure or not, that confidence will break. If you're not okay with that concept, at least make sure something basic is strong with you. The base is strong with you with that particular concept, and then move on. Nothing to worry. You can stop the 2 days or 3 days. I have taken, like, for the first assignment, I took 5 days to complete. I just don't want to rush and complete the course. The first assignment itself, if I skip, then I no use of doing any other assignment.
You should not skip, especially coming from a non-CS background. You do the Python assignment very religiously.
Yeah, very religiously you should do, and that's the strategy, I would say. And for the interview point of view, the people, I think the course itself, course covers everything, maximum everything it covers. And you should go through a course, have the assignments, and you have side by side, because when you do the course, you know, I did that strategy. Like, I'll do the I'll take the assignment and I'll see what are the concepts behind it. I'll complete that concepts alone and try the assignment. Then I'll complete the few videos
that's the process that we recommend students also, because then in an assignment they're applying whatever they're learning and trying to tackle a real problem.
Correct, like that. And this is enough for the interview point of view. And coming to the interviews, how to crack it, I would say the course is enough, much more enough, to be honest.
But I'm sure your notes would have helped you enormously to revise everything a couple of days before interviews, right?
Yeah, like that also you should, like, the course is very big. The concepts are very big. You have even I have, like, the notes itself, I think it will be more than 1,000 pages. So
no, that's good, because we don't want any student to miss out any important concept. They don't want to blank out in an actual interview. So it's okay.
Yeah, so what I did was, I used to repeat at least twice or thrice a week whatever I learned back from my notes.
So you're revising constantly from your notes.
3 weeks, or whenever we go to LinkedIn, I see they will post some 10 questions, 12 questions. If you see that, confirm it will be on your notes somewhere. So I'll feel whether if you're able to see the 10 questions and find yourself, okay, that confidence you'll get. Or if you don't get, it will be on the course for sure. So you can get back again. So I don't want to get back. So that's why I have the notes. I know where I have written every concept. So when you write,
it'll also speed up your revision in general.
Yeah, whenever you write on your own, you will have in the mind that linear regression will be on the left side, right side, somewhere, you know.
So you literally remember your notes visually.
Yeah, I know visually, so that you won't forget concepts so easily. So very easy for you, and don't rush, I would say, because if you rush, everything you'll get messed up.
Very nice suggestions, Abdul. Thanks a lot, and thanks on behalf of all of our students, because we do have students from a varied set of backgrounds, and experiences like these, sharing of journeys like these, is extremely helpful for the next batch of students who are also learning, who are very similar to you, just a few months behind you. So thanks a lot on behalf of all of our students and our team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.